Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Solitairey Confinement podcast. I am your host, WEEGEE the God, and the owner of the Solitairey Confinement podcast, and I am joined by my two boys, Carson and the narrator. Hello, and welcome to my podcast, my guests.
Did you even know who I was before today?
The narrator has mentioned you, so yes.
I apologize on his behalf.
It is perfectly fine. It is nice to make your acquaintance, good sir.
So, how are you doing, Ouija board?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for having me on.
No
I'm not the actual owner of the podcast, by the way. I feel like I should disclose that.
That would
the
be
record.
me. The money goes to me anyways.
That's right.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is Luigi the God.
Hello.
He is a funny video game YouTuber who also talks about anime, as well as hentai, and soon to come up, Schindler's List.
One of these days, I will do a full review of Schindler's List. Don't you worry.
You talk about anime?
I do talk about anime. That's
All right.
one of my most popular
See,
segments, Ouija Talks.
My dream has always been to move to Japan and just make sweet love to my waifus every day.
Hey, same here, brother. Same
and
here.
become an anime YouTuber that makes a video series called Waifu Wednesdays.
That is the dream right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe
one of these days.
You know. I'm actually learning Japanese right now.
Are you actually?
We all are.
On Duolingo right now.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
All of us in his Discord are just doing our daily courses.
Itadakimasu.
I don't speak Spanish.
Me neither.
Okay, good. Anyways, so how are you doing today, Ouija?
I'm doing good. I really am. I'm glad to be here. I was doing good, but now I'm here, and now I'm doing great, you know?
Oh, man, that's the kind of attitude that just lets the audience know we have a gun to your head.
Exactly. Maybe I'll say something different in the next 30 minutes, but, you know, for the time being.
30 minutes? Man, you're really over-exaggerating how long this podcast is going to be.
How long is the typical episode exactly?
Typical episode. He has Duolingo.
There we go.
Sorry, what was that sound?
He has Duolingo open.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
He's learning
for
Japanese.
Okay.
All right, so
For Nihongan.
whoa. Which one's whoa? Ouija, can you help me out?
What are you looking for?
Whoa.
What does that mean?
You don't know Japanese?
Well, whoa is
I
like.
think you might need Duolingo.
We're not sponsored by Duolingo.
Well, actually, the W in "whoa" is actually silent for the most part. So if I say,
it's actually whoa, the guy the chick just said so.
Oh, is that true? I could be
Yes.
wrong. I do not claim to be an expert here. All I know is that
no Duolingo. That's for sure.
in the line Tokyo Tomare, the W in the O is silent. So that's all I know. I don't claim to be an expert, folks. I don't know Japanese. I got to disclose that. I don't know much Japanese.
So, Ouija, subs over dubs?
I would have to say yes for the most part. If it's a Cowboy Bebop, I'm going with the dub. If it's a Gurren Lagann, it's kind of up in the air. Both are pretty acceptable.
Somebody sent me Cowboy Bebop on Blu-ray, and I don't
Really?
have a Blu-ray player, and I think I just gave it to my dog.
Don't
or
you have a
something.
PS3?
No, I tore it apart one summer because I was bored.
What the fuck? Don't do that.
I have a PS4 now though. I have an
Oh,
old
well then, yeah, that
PS4.
plays Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, I don't think I have the disc anymore.
That is unfortunate. Cowboy Bebop is a phenomenal show.
Yeah, well,
I haven't watched it.
Someday you'll have to give me your Crunchyroll account.
I will not do that.
I feel like that's a privacy reason, and
Yeah.
I don't.
Sorry, I still love
accept
you.
that.
I think I actually have so many people on my Crunchyroll account right now that I can't foster new people, or else it's going to cause an actual problem with Crunchyroll, and they'll be like, "Hey, too many people are on your account. Stop doing that." But maybe if somebody drops out, I'll let you know.
I need to point this out right now. I'm literally the only one on the podcast who doesn't watch anime.
That is a crying shame right there.
Well, you know, Ouija,
I
give
love
me a list of
Japan
recommendations.
and anime.
Me too. And
I also love my waifus.
Who's your waifu?
I wasn't prepared for this.
If you had to pick
question.
one,
Please come back.
Who is the cutest girl?
I was not prepared for this question. Please come back.
All right,
to
fair
me.
enough.
I gotta look this up.
Go for it.
What's a good anime that you recommend to me?
I
Like as a starter to anime.
As an entry level, I would recommend Death Note. I think that is one of the best entry level animes that I could recommend. It's about a boy in high school. He finds a notebook, and if you write people's name in the notebook, they die.
Isn't that the one that that started the Justin Bieber meme?
Excuse me? I've not heard of this.
You know where somebody writes Justin Bieber's name in a notebook, and then they put a heart, and then they close the book, and it's his Death Note or something?
I am unfamiliar with that specifically, but that is generally how a Death Note works. Yes. So.
Man.
All right, my favorite. I found my waifu. It's it's the Duolingo.
That's pretty good pick, actually.
Yeah,
Fuck.
She's hot. I know. The way she speaks to me, she really cares.
She certainly has a way with words.
I would have to say my waifu is the lady who you talk to in the game Hitman.
I've not played Hitman. I wouldn't know.
You haven't played Hitman?
We don't
I've
play
not,
trash games.
Actually,
watch
I've seen some very good things about Hitman. I've been meaning to get around to it, but
okay. What I would say, at least when it comes to Hitman, is probably I want to start you off with Blood Money.
Yeah, I heard that's a good one. Isn't that on Steam?
About
question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all on Steam. But
okay.
The thing about Blood Money is the fact that some people love it and some people hate it, and the people who hate it because it's not the traditional Hitman. Like it for all intensive purposes, objectively, as a Hitman game, it's absolutely horrible when it comes to the series. But like, because it doesn't follow the series at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like gameplay wise, any of the mechanics, it doesn't feel like a Hitman game. That being said,
it's still a good game.
It's a really fucking fun game.
I understand that.
The tutorial is kind of annoying, but once you get past the tutorial, it's a really good game.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
And something else I might as well announce is that I'm probably going to put this on my channel like a month before it happens, so in a couple of weeks. But I'm going to Super Smash Con with my boy WEEGEE Plays over here.
Ooh.
And so if anybody wants to meet me,
head on down.
Wow, that sounds extremely lame, guys.
Hey, man, come on.
It's hard to hype up self-promotion when I have constant anxiety of, oh, hey, someone might recognize me.
Yeah, that happens. I was really anxious, like, the first time I got recognized. It was fucking weird. It was just really bizarre. I remember it. It was at a small weekly tournament of Smash at our local community college. And yeah, one of the guys
Which one
was
is
just
that specifically?
That is Johnson County Community College.
Oh shit! You actually gave me the answer.
Go ahead and dox me. I don't live there anymore, so
wait,
do whatever you want. Nor have I ever attended that.
You're not in school. You dropped out.
I am not
in
school. No, I dropped out.
I'm a more smarter boy than you. Well,
that
actually,
is technically true.
Carson's the smartest out of all of us.
All right, here, listen up. Okay, I'm gonna lay something down for you. No. I'm gonna lay something down for you. I'm double smart. Hear me out here. Okay, so throughout high school, right? They were like, okay, you have to do continuous years of math, and I was like, sounds good. And then one year I was like, I'm not really feeling like doing very well in this class, so I didn't do very well in that class, and then I had to do that class over again the next year. But it didn't hurt me at the time because I was like, well, see, it's fine because I had this year in 8th grade where I took a math class, and then that counts for 4 years, and that was fine with the high school. And then I didn't pass pre-calculus, and they were like, "Well, looks like you gotta do summer school." But then they were like, "Yeah, that doesn't matter. You can actually just do Algebra 1." So I went to summer school for 3 weeks of Algebra 1 and did 9+2 stuff like that.
Isn't Algebra 1 like a 8th grade course? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
But it didn't matter. So
it seems like there's a bit of a disparity in difficulty between that and pre-calc.
It's small. So I walked for graduation and got my general diploma, and then I got another diploma that was with the math credit. So
very nice.
I'm double smart. I got 2 diplomas.
That's really impressive. I wish I had. You can give one of those to me, and we'll be like the same exactly.
Whoa.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, that's okay. I have pretty good handwriting. I'm pretty sure I could just write in my name over yours. I'll get some whiteout or something.
I bet I could beat you in a cursive off.
I bet you probably could. I am not very great at cursive.
Yeah, I know. You suck.
You're not wrong. At a lot of things, but especially cursive.
Oh, I remember when you first got your signature, like that was your own, and you're like, I gotta get this perfect. Now, since I have to sign so much, since I use a debit card a lot,
absolutely.
Like now, it's just like, I think that's the first letter, and then I just don't give a shit anymore.
No, I'm exactly the same. Yeah, no, when I first got my driver's license and whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be really nice and legible with my super cool signature, and now I pretty much just fucking scribble on the piece of paper whenever I have to sign something. It just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Yep.
My dad's a lawyer, so from time to time I have to be a witness for him.
Oh yeah.
And to be a witness, you have to be there probably.
I would assume so.
And you also have to sign. And I realized the other day when I was being a witness, it's like nobody gives a shit. So it's like the first two signatures were like perfect, and then after that it was barely legible. And
yeah.
So it's like okay.
I mean, technically speaking, your signature can be whatever the fuck you want it to be. Like, I know a guy who, on every sort of documentation he has to sign, he writes a little smiley face down.
Actually, that's not legal.
Well, I mean, for, receipts and stuff.
Yeah, but there was a court case, I can't remember how long ago, where the judge ruled that you can't have a smiley face because it's too easy to impersonate.
Really? Is that for, general rule of thumb, or is that for actual contracts or something like? Because I don't know, the guy I know has not been caught yet or gotten into trouble. Yeah, I should specify that you probably shouldn't write your name as someone else's name on a contract or anything like that. Generally frowned upon. I don't think a judge will really rule in favor of you doing that, but I don't know, it's up to you, man.
How simple of a smiley face are we talking?
We're talking just circle ... half circle for a smile.
Well, a half
There's
circle.
so many different ways.
How do you draw a smile?
Though.
It's just a little.
Well, I mean, you don't draw a half circle. You draw a pipe.
However you draw a smiley face. I don't fucking know.
You draw a half pipe. You don't draw a half
pipe.
Circle.
Yeah, that is
a half.
That is
half
more accurate, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends. Is he drawing teeth?
No, it's just a smile. It is pretty much as OG as a smiley face as you can get.
Well, if we're going to be talking about OG, let's talk about your name. Because I've heard that you've had your name for, fucking ever.
I have, yes.
How did you come up with the name WEEGEE the God?
It was, I forget the year exactly. I got a PlayStation 3, and I was really excited to play my PlayStation 3, but it wanted a name. And I tried putting in my, actual name, Cade, but that was taken. So I was like, darn, now I have to come up with another name. And then I just thought the name Ouija sounded cool. I soon later figured out that it was a giant meme about Luigi looking, some stupid meme like that.
Wow, Luigi.
But at the time, I just thought, hey, this name sounds cool. And because I was an arrogant little shithead, and still am to this day, completely honest, I was like, the God, that's fitting. And in all caps, of course, because when I walk in, I want people to know that Luigi the God has entered their Little Big Planet world. That was my big game back in the day, Little Big Planet
really
1.
Wait. You like the Little Big Planet?
I played the heck out of Little Big Planet 1 and 2. I've not played the other ones. And I played a little bit of the PSP one.
Okay, Ouija, why did I never know this before?
I don't know. You never asked.
I mean, I just didn't take you for the Little Big Planet type. But
I absolutely love Little Big Planet. It is a very fun game.
Let me tell you that, Little Big Planet 3 for the PS4, none of the DLC transfers over.
Really? That is unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm still yet to buy that.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know if I will, to be honest. But
well, I mean, hey, if you do, we have to play Dig to the Center of the Earth.
Absolutely.
Together.
I don't know what that is, but it'll be fun with you. So.
Oh man, thank you.
Have you spent more than 5 minutes with him?
I have, yes.
It's not fun.
Is it not?
I
don't know. I think that his judgment is pretty great, and if he says it's good, then I bet it's great.
Well, okay, Ouija, you don't need to suck my dick.
Okay. If you insist, but anytime you want, just let me know.
Well, I mean,
hate homosexuals. Please move on.
You know what? I find that to be incredibly offensive. And I would appreciate
Solitary Confinement podcast.
If we could
God.
keep it PC and friendly for all viewers.
My bad. It was an accident. Please subscribe. I apologize. There we go. They're
Much
in the
better.
clear now. Now that they're subbed,
it's
they
all
don't
good
care
now.
anymore.
Yeah.
Once someone's subbed to you, they're a fan for life.
That is true.
Exactly. Yeah, and then if they unsub, they're dead to you, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
Recent
good,
talks
that's
with YouTube claim that they are actually removing the ability to unsubscribe from people because
Wait, what?
once you're in, you're out.
Wait, what?
That was a joke, but all right.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm fucking gay. Let's move on. What were we talking about?
Man.
Little Big Planet? That game's fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Little Big Planet.
I never played it. I don't
It's a
care.
good game.
Oh, man, I loved it to the point where it's like, I think I played it every day after school with one of my, like, only friends in middle school. Like, almost every day. And actually, I played it up till the tornado, I think.
A tornado?
Oh, yeah, there was a tornado in March, I think 17th. March
His house
17th,
got destroyed.
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
pretty-
it's horrible. I'm
pretty-
sorry.
I'm pretty sure it was March 17th, 2012, Dexter, Michigan. There were two tornadoes. I believe there were two tornadoes. One of them hit the subdivisions, and then one of them started in our front yard.
Jesus.
And literally everything got destroyed. And so that fucked up our
They
house.
took video of it and put it on
Yeah, I
Did you take a
took-
video?
Yeah, I did.
At least you
and
got that. If nothing else.
I did have a video of it, and I looked back at it a couple months ago, and I didn't realize how fucking traumatized I was.
Tornadoes are scary, man. As someone who has lived in Kansas up until like 2017, and now I'm in Oklahoma, so it's not much better. You don't fuck around with tornadoes.
Actually, Ouija, you don't have tornadoes, you have cyclones.
Shut the fuck up.
I just had to.
No, they're scary, man. I was
They
like
don't call
hours
it
away out of
Cyclone Alley.
Joplin.
Yeah, they do. Don't they call it Cyclone?
No,
They
it's
call it
Tornado
Tornado Alley.
I'm pretty sure they are tornadoes, actually.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
I've not really had to worry about one. I've been fortunate enough to never be in one. We've had some close calls. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I've never really been in the midst of a tornado.
There was one like 5 minutes from me, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
scary. Oh wait, no, this isn't true. It was in middle school. I think it was in like 7th grade. There was a tornado, and we all had to hunker down in the locker rooms, and it was really weird because it lasted like 2.5 hours. But then we all went outside, and like nothing was changed at all. Like the trees were still perfectly intact. Everything was where it was supposed to be, and it just didn't seem that bad. But better safe than sorry, I suppose.
I think I've seen like 3 tornadoes in my life, and I remember there's one in Ann Arbor, and I think it's just referred to as the green tornado, because I can't remember how old I was, but in Ann Arbor, my dad used to work in the Comerica building, and like 2 of our fans will know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad used to work in the Comerica building, and so I think I was just there after school or something. I can't remember exactly why, or maybe I was just visiting to see the Google building because you could see it from his balcony.
Oh yeah.
And there was the sky just went green, and I just remember holding some paper and opening the door and just letting it get sucked out of my hand. It was
Jesus.
a magical time. Yeah.
That's pretty scary. I don't think I would
That's a movie
enjoy that
moment
much.
right there, dude.
That is a movie moment right there. You got that right.
Some cinematography in my head, dude.
Yeah, you painted a very vivid picture with that. I'm gonna have to rip that off and make a movie and make $1 million and give you none of it.
Oh man.
Just
Now my
kidding. I'd give
feelings
you
are hurt,
half.
Luigi.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe
Oh.
instead of the narrator, you should be the writer. I think
Maybe.
you could have a future.
Okay, you know what, Carson, you've made plenty of jokes in the 12 episodes that this podcast has existed, but you know that one hurt that one hurt the most.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back right there.
Or we could call you the writer because of your ride along in a Ford Model T video. I think the more videos that you have where you ride in cars without saying anything on the narrator channel, oof. Please more.
I'm unfamiliar with those. Please explain.
Oh, you haven't seen Ride Along in a Ford Model T?
I don't think I
It's
have.
a
No, I'm
masterpiece.
unfamiliar.
It's wow. Well, I think we need to stop the podcast right now and have you watch.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold the phone.
Oh no!
It's
Along in
7
a
minutes
what?
of him riding in a Ford Model T, not saying anything on his channel. of
Okay, so I have one
things.
question. Why?
Because there was. Well, I'll answer that. It was Easter, and back then I uploaded every day, and it was the second reason was it was the Ford Model T. It's you don't see those every day.
Those are pretty rare. Oh, I'm watching it right now. There you are, and there's a Ford Model T, looking fresh, and you're riding along, and you're still riding.
It's pretty true to the title, is what you're saying.
And now it's driving away, and that was the video. That was a good video. I like that video.
It's my most successful one on my channel.
Is it really?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say that would be a little bit sad.
It's my least successful video on my channel. Don't worry, WEEGEE.
I thought Happy Easter, your second best video on your channel.
Yeah, but that one's not monetized, so I don't care about it.
Oh, so you're just doing YouTube for the money, huh? You're just making ride-along videos for the monetization.
Not cool, bro.
How else am I supposed to pay
profit off
How
of
else
your
am
work?
I supposed to pay for community college?
Just don't go. Just be like me.
Oh, well, don't worry, WEEGEE. Is Friends Without Benefits have any open slots?
Unfortunately not. Maybe if you want to move down here and work something out, that's a possibility. However, we're pretty full at the moment, so.
Okay, this is a question that I actually wanted to bring up because this has been happening to me recently. And I feel like this is probably very relevant with you. Do you ever just have any, like, really annoying fans that just kind of, like, if you tweet something...
Raccoonix.
No, all of my fans are lovely people, and I respect each of them individually and with great care. I love all of my fans. Do not let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Next question, please.
Okay. I've got...
No, I'm just kidding. Some of them are fuckers.
Okay, because the reason I want to bring it up is because I think I have my first, like, fan who just doesn't get it.
Ooh, do tell.
Okay, so basically, in the past, like, week, they've been DMing me, and thankfully Twitter has the, like, you have to accept it.
Oh, yeah, that's a new thing, isn't it?
But, yeah, but, like, they're DMing me, asking me to do things, like, channel-related, of course, but, and they also, like, on every single one of my tweets, they just, like, respond with something that's not relevant to the tweet. Like, they're not listening. But,
oh, yeah. No, I have plenty of people like that.
Like, this is the example, and if they're listening, well, then fuck off. But, well,
let me tell you, someone who has constantly insulted his fans by calling them poor and stupid throughout multiple videos, you are walking a dangerous path, my friend.
Well, look, I wouldn't mind cutting ties with this person, but anyways.
Fair enough.
So, like, I think I added, like, Rice Pirate Mick, because, like, I've been talking to him lately.
Oh, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, and so then, just out of the blue, he says, hey, you should make a childhood trauma video.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wait, Rice Pirate said that? What?
No. Rice Pirate didn't say that. The fan did.
Oh,
that I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's like, okay, there was this guy in Swagger's Discord that messaged a friend of mine and was like, hey, how's it going? I'm a big fan of Swagger, just out of the blue. And then sent him, he Googled brain expanding meme and sent the first result to my friend Max just to impress him. Just to become his friend.
I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't understand. If you just, like, rip quotes and memes off of my videos and spam them at me in, like, Discord or Twitch or DMs or anything like that, I'm not impressed with you. I don't think, wow, this is a cool guy I want to hang out with. I think, hey, this person's pretty fucking annoying. I don't want to associate myself with this guy. No BM to anyone who's done that. I love you all equally, as I said.
Hey, WEEGEE.
Yeah, what's up?
Pokemon Go.
That was a video I made. It was a good one.
Pokemon Go.
Actually, Raccoon Eggs, the man who's missing in action because he's
I thought we weren't acknowledging him.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah. Who? We only have WEEGEE the God. Anyways,
dude, it's a good thing I'm an atheist.
Same.
How many times do you get that joke?
God, a lot. A whole lot.
Raccoon Eggs fans are the worst about it.
My
literally every time I look in his Discord, I see something about I just fed my pet raccoon eggs.
Yeah, that's
no.
it's hard being a creator. Let me tell you. I have
No,
a friend
he's
who like
CSGO. He's a CSGO creator.
well,
No, he's
fucking
not.
man,
He's-
throw him to the
yeah,
race.
Well,
He's a CS:GO skit. He's like a how-to kind of to like bullshit tutorial.
He's an
funny
entertainer.
haha. Yeah, he's a funny haha entertainer whose content like revolves around CS:GO very
Sure.
loosely. And like the reason that he's super big is because of a few CS:GO YouTubers.
Right.
And let's just say one of them is Bucks, and he makes a lot of clickbait cancer content.
I do not know
and,
who that is. I'm not very well
yeah.
versed in the CS:GO.
Oh, don't
community
worry, you're not
anymore.
missing out on much.
I used to play it a lot, but
You're not missing out on much with
Yeah.
Bucks, but anyways, so a lot of so he makes clickbait cancer videos, and a lot of his fans came to Raccoon Eggs, and they're really true to their craft. Like they like to imitate their original owner.
I have
so to
clicked
speak.
on like 20 profiles that have had raccoon enthusiast added to their Twitter bio
very
with
nice.
the raccoon eggs picture, and it has hurt me every time.
Yeah. Something that is always fun to do though is Raccoon. I don't know why, but he gets so angry whenever I nab one of his tweets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like he will have like God.
I don't think he's that angry.
Well, he's
I
not
think
that
he's-
angry.
I think he's jokingly angry.
It's-
Well, I'm sorry. My autistic abilities are tingling.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, so
Yeah, me too.
all right.
You too.
I was gonna move on to Twitter questions.
Ooh, go
three
for
we
it.
had from narrator's tweet for you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I asked my fans, do you have any questions for him? So first one comes from @xcinder. Are you gay?
No.
Okay. Next question comes
There
from
you have
it comes from @coconut or coconut_real. Is an organic and toned at rhythm voice more importante than mic quality? This is a reference to one of the comments on your it's a reference to a comment on your video where
Okay.
it was somebody, and this is a perfect segue to blue microphones.
Sure.
But so a lot of people loved your video because they're like, man, you know what? He's right. Blue Yetis are totally not as good microphones, and I think they're a bit overrated. Of course, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
It's basically the outcome you would respect. It's like you making fun of the Paladins community.
Yeah.
Except 10 times worse. But there was one comment in particular that I made a Twitter video on in my most annoying voice. But I'm going to read it out to you
Can
here.
you do that
Please
most
do.
annoying voice for me real quick?
Do you want me to?
Yes,
Go for
please.
it.
Okay.
As a professional voice actor who owns a Blue Yeti,
good.
this hurts me on every level. Companies will literally hire you by testing your voice over phone.
Absolutely
And you're
not true.
complaining about this? Wow. Also, your voice is inorganic and has an awful tone rhythm, which is far more importante than mic quality, and I can notice that not being English my mother language.
Excuse me?
Back on the topic, Blue Yeti is a great USB microphone for casual and semi-professional out-of-studio usage.
And my first response to that was, I thought you were professional. Why are you saying it's great for semi-professional?
Yeah, what the hell, man? And,
And he has-
how many thumbs up does that have?
0.
Okay,
And he has
that wouldn't
31
surprise me if that had like 1,000 at this point.
He
Honestly.
has 31 subscribers.
Nice.
That's a
He's
professional voice actor
yeah,
right there.
Yeah, dude. Dude,
Don't
they
mess with
hire
them,
him.
dude.
They hire him over the phone.
That's right. You know what? No, don't bother making a demo reel and,
Oh, I
and
still
getting into
haven't.
contact with people. Fuck it. Just call them up on the telephone and say, "Hey, mister, I want to be a voice actor." And they will say, "Yes, you're welcome aboard. You're now Goku. Have fun."
I mean,
That's
when
how it
you
works.
when
That's
you
how
got
it
such
works.
a golden crisp voice as that guy, I mean, you just
Yeah,
gotta let
exactly.
him on.
Yeah, exactly.
know.
But
Well,
I still
someone with
haven't
such
made a
an
demo reel.
inorganic voice. It's hard, man. You know.
Yeah, but so going back to the original question,
Mm-hmm.
is an organic and toned at rhythm voice more importante than mic quality?
I don't know. It's a good question, actually. Well, I mean, you can't really have one without the other, is the thing. If you have a good voice but shit microphone, then you're kind of fucked. If you have a good microphone but a shit voice, you're also kind of fucked, but for different reasons. I would argue that it's more important to have a good voice, because at least then you can improve upon that more easily. But if you have a bad voice, then, I don't know, enjoy speech therapy or something, and then maybe you'll have a shot. I don't know.
Dude.
So that means just make sure when you're going through puberty, just tug on your balls a little bit as much as
That's
you can.
That's right. It worked for me.
I got really lucky going through puberty, because when I was a little faggot baby boy,
as we all were,
and I had like a higher pitched voice. Well, in choir, I could always do the tenor or the baritone part, because I was at least kind of gifted there with my range.
Yeah.
But I would, like, when I had my high pitched voice, I would always do like the movie trailer voice. It would sound like I would sound like a girl, but it's like I would always like try to do the movie voice, and lo and behold, puberty was nice to me, and now I can be like, in a world where WEEGEE the God isn't a complete faggot.
And then you wasted and make right along in a Ford Model T video.
Okay,
yeah,
you know what?
I mean, come on, man.
Whomstead of, anyways.
I agree.
But yeah, so I got kind of lucky there, and I'm really happy with that. And something else, Dan, if you ever want to be a voice actor or anything like that, try to stay away from the commentary community.
I cannot really comment that much because I don't know all that much about it. I'm friends with some people like Pyrocynical and
best friend
others,
Niall.
But yeah, I
Oh.
couldn't say for the general public, you know.
Yeah,
of that community.
Well, because I think the community is really split into three main parts.
Is it really?
Well, I'd say more than three main parts, but there's the well-knowns, the Discord users, and then I think the artists.
I would
Really?
certainly be with the well-knowns in that case. I
You're
know nothing
you're
about
not,
Discord.
You're
got
not
a big
the
boy.
Not to
Oh,
brag
man.
or anything, but you know,
Oh,
when you're at
man.
my level, then maybe you can hang out with the big boys.
Oh, I have more than 3 subscribers.
I
Kiss
do.
my
It's
feet.
true.
Oh.
That's more than a lot of
Carson-
people can say.
Oh, hey, can you? This brings up something. Can you talk Carson out of giving away his social security number?
I'm
going to
be doing my social security reveal at 6,000 subscribers.
I
don't
think
know if
that
you
is a
know
great
this.
idea, personally.
Thank you. I thought so too. I thought it was really original. And
You might get some credit cards popping up in your name. You might have a recruitment officer knocking on your door, taking you away to boot camp. But you know what? I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's something I
I
realized.
I don't think it's a problem. Narrator's been
Yeah.
trying to say, "Oh man, this is a really bad idea, Carson. I think this could actually
I
ruin your
endorse
life."
it.
And I'm like, dude,
I actually got
it's
my
fine.
I actually got my registration status form yesterday,
Really?
and so there's section A where it's like register or whatever, and then section B where it's exemption, and there's something that I just want to know how you can falsify a birth record, because it says at birth my sex was female.
What, really?
Yeah,
What are you not telling us, the narrator? What are you trying to tell
maybe
us?
No,
you
no,
are
no.
gay.
No, that's
I
one of
think
the
you're cured.
that's one of the check marks, and I want to falsify my birth certificate so I don't have
Oh.
to do duty.
You
Yeah,
can,
I'm
I
not.
don't know.
I'm not saying I was born a woman. What the fuck? Hey, come on, Ouija. I
you
thought
say
you knew
so.
me.
I
don't
thought
know.
we were in the clear for a second there.
If you say so.
Another one which I don't get.
Yeah, that
is
might
I am
be forgery or perjury, one of the two, probably, which I can't really recommend. However, it is 2017. Be whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a trigendered pyrofox.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, what are you, Ouija?
I sexually identify as a boy,
Oh, I thought it was an omnipresent.
a 12-year-old boy, to be specific.
Oh man.
Mhm.
I'm a Mexican
Oh,
named
A
Pablo.
12-year-old Japanese boy, to be even more specific.
Oh, I love Japan
Me too.
Hey, Ouija,
and
we
anime.
actually.
Me three.
I really love manga.
That's called
Hey,
manga.
My
thank
dream
you.
is actually to move to Japan and
I feel like you've
make
kind of gone
sweet
full
love to
circle
my
now.
waifus.
Hey, Ouija.
And
So we
become
got a
an
new
anime
question.
YouTuber.
We
and make a series every Wednesday called Waifu Wednesdays.
Waifu Wednesday. I like that idea.
Whoa, you're a step ahead of me, dude.
That yeah, and we're on like such a wavelength right now. I feel like I know everything you're gonna say. I feel like we complete each other's say you were supposed to
I
complete
love
that sentence.
Japan.
All right. You said you had another question?
Yeah, we have a new question for you.
Yeah.
This comes from Donnie, who's at Mytharina Tweets.
Sure.
How do you pee? Standing or sitting?
So what I actually do, I pee into a sponge next to my toilet, to absorb
We
all
need
of
an
that,
actual
and then
answer, please.
I wring it all out into the toilet to reduce the possible noise made of going pee.
No. We need an actual answer, okay? We've had multiple people on the podcast answer this question. Most people have said
really?
Sitting.
It's how do you wipe?
How do you wipe?
Yeah, how do you wipe? Sitting, standing, or do you take a tactical crouch?
Because if you're a stander, we're kicking you out now.
Yeah.
Do people stand when they wipe? I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
I did not know that.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Why? How would that? What?
I don't know how it works, but they do it. People told me, I
bend
stand
down
when
to
I wipe.
touch
What do
your
you
toes,
do?
but
And I'm like, what?
What? I don't understand that.
I'm pretty sure they just reach behind, but still.
I feel like that would. I mean, just why you're sitting down?
You
could just put your hand right under yourself.
You just go for a little lean.
What the fuck?
Whoa, lean? Wow, I didn't think we
boy.
were gonna promote drug use, Carson.
You know what I
cut
mean.
that one out of the podcast.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a fit.
Please do.
You're gonna throw a fit? Oh,
I hate my words being misinterpreted.
What do you play? What do you play, Paladins?
That's funny.
That was a good joke, narrator.
Yeah.
I get it.
Hey, WEEGEE, what do you have against Paladins?
I don't think
It's
it's
a
fun.
trash game.
I don't think it's a very fun game.
Oh, you don't think it's a fun game?
I think that it's enjoyable, but I don't think it's good. That's what I should
getting
say.
it for the PS4.
Oh yeah, it's on PS4 now, isn't it? That's really interesting. Is it free or?
Yeah, you want to play some Paladins on PS4 after this?
No. However, I appreciate the offer.
Okay.
You're so kind, narrator. Always offering to play games with people that don't want to play with you.
Well, I work at GameStop. What else am I supposed to do?
Speaking of which, can you tell me about your rewards program?
Please do. I would love to purchase a power-up rewards program, mister. How do I do that?
Okay, well, you have to be at checkout to get one. But
can we do it over the phone?
No, they specifically tell us we can't.
But come on. Let's do it over the phone.
Okay, look, if we're actually going to talk about GameStop, then I legally have to say I work for GameStop.
Yeah.
Like, that's something they tell you. They can't stress enough how much you legally have to say that. But power-ups, rewards, and WEEGEE, like, I was legitimately talking to you about this. Like, I know you're a PC gamer, but if you ever do, like, get into more Nintendo or whatever, like, even for amiibos, I think. But the power-ups rewards, basically what it is it's 15 annually. It's not a credit card, nothing like that. It's just a rewards program. I think you get 300 rewards points for signing up. You also get a 12-month subscription to Game Informer, and you at sign up you get a buy two get one free coupon for any pre-owned games in the store. The cheaper of the three will be the one that you get for free. You also get 10% discount on all pre-owned games. Cool. You get 10 bonus points for every $1 spent on pre-owned games.
No that is pretty good value. I will concede to that.
Oh, believe me, like most of the sales we make is like because people are, and you also get $50 in coupons every month.
Yeah, it's good. If I were a console gamer, I would look into that probably.
Yeah, and like most of the people we sell it to, like one of our biggest selling points is people never pay $15 for it because usually like they're saving like $7 or whatever. So we're like, yeah, this costs you like $5 today.
Whoa. Yeah, sure.
You want to get it. And at least GameStop and consoles is something else. And I made a Reddit post about this, and it got mixed reviews, but it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Nice.
Working at GameStop has really taught me to fucking hate PCMR.
Really? Why's that?
Yeah. Well, because so I like used to play exclusively PC, whatever, but then I started working at GameStop and I only had an Xbox 360. So I'm thinking, well, I have a large archive of games history like already in my sleeve, but I might as well like start getting more games because you can rent games at GameStop since you work there, and you also get the a 15 extra employee discount, which stacks on power-ups rewards. So it's like 25, and then I live in Michigan, so it's 19 after tax. And so I started like playing on the Xbox 360 more, and I like would play a different game all the time. Then I discovered games like Spec Ops the Line, which if you haven't played Spec Ops the Line, fuck, WEEGEE,
I have been meaning to play that for a long time.
Stream it.
Yeah, wait, I want to.
Actually,
I already know like the big twist / reveal. I know, but still,
it's an impactful game, even if you already know what's gonna happen.
No, yeah.
I feel like you know what's gonna happen, but the way that it like, you have to play it to fully experience it, because that's when you realize like, oh, I don't have control.
Mm-hmm.
But Spec Ops the Line, like I discovered that, and like fuck, that's an amazing game. It's also on PC, but still. And I discovered a lot of really good games on 360, and I realized like for games that aren't competitive or really FPS that like require a lot of skill, I would rather play it on console. And I talked to Raccoon about this. I think it was on the Scrapped podcast actually.
Oh yeah, it was.
That I prefer console gaming because you come in with two different expectations. On PC gaming, you have the highest expectations in the world if you have a good computer. You're like, this has to look great, the story has to be amazing, and it has to run at least 60 FPS, has to be flawless, everything like that. Because that's like the PC expectation. But when you go in on a console, your expectations are, does this have a good storyline, and is it fun? You don't give a shit about the frame rate unless it's like Shadow of Mordor, where you get like 15 frames. Like even San Andreas for the Xbox 360, there were times where that got 15 FPS. I played through the entire game happily. Like when you go into a console, you don't have the expectation of this better have a great frame rate, this better look fucking amazing, I better not be able to see like aliasing, all that shit, because you know what you're getting into. It's a console game. Like, you know it's going to work, and you know you're going to have fun.
I wouldn't go that far.
What do you mean?
I would have to politely disagree with you. I don't like console gaming unless it's like an exclusive and I don't really have a choice, but
well, no, I can understand where you're going from there. I'm just saying, like, from the console gamer side of things, it's a lot of it is expectation, because like, again, you don't have as high expectations when you're going into a console. Maybe when the console first releases, you're like, this has to look perfect, but let's face it, after it's been out for 5 years, you're like, if it runs, it runs. But for any console gamers, they know what I mean, just because they're there to have a good time, and they don't necessarily have the money for a really good PC rig. And quite honestly, I think a lot of people get turned off by the fact of PCMR.
I suppose.
Because there are some games that I personally would rather play on console than I would on PC.
Like what?
Like Infamous, for example. I know that wasn't ported to. I know that wasn't ported to PC, but still, even if it was, I would prefer it on PS3 because I feel like it'd be too easy on PC.
Well, you have to keep in mind the entire design philosophy behind a game like that is you have to play this with a PS3 controller. You know what I mean? So
okay, true. I'm trying to think. San Andreas. I don't know. Maybe Deus Ex Human Revolution. That's a game that I'd rather play.
I forget if I played that on PC or on Xbox. That was a good game, though.
Yeah, no, it really was. I can't really think specifically. And again, like, if it's not a game, like, if it's not a competitive FPS, there are a lot of things where I'd probably rather play it on console. Like the Elder Scrolls. I'd rather, if I don't want, because I don't have a good enough computer to get into modding. But if I wanted to just play it really vanilla, I would rather play it on console.
Well, thankfully for you, my boy Todd Howard is now allowing you to download free mods, except they cost like $5 each. So
well, okay. Oh, do you want to get into that? Because
sure.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Don't do that, yeah. Bethesda. Okay, moving on to the next.
There we go.
No, fuck. Okay, no, I actually have a different opinion on this.
Oh no,
really?
Okay, so and I
wait. Before anything, can we talk about GTA 5 first? Because holy shit.
Oh yeah, OpenIV.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
man, that is not cool.
Yeah, first Take-Two ruined the ability for Red Dead to be ported to PC.
Yeah.
You know about that, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
For anybody who doesn't, basically, Rockstar, like, Take-Two coded Red Dead Redemption, and I think the basis of the story is that none of the developers left coherent notes or any notes at all in the code, which is usually typical for developers to like do
that.
Not even for other people, but just for themselves. But the people at Take-Two didn't do that, and so when Rockstar wanted to port it to PC, it was just a bunch of incoherent bullshit that nobody understood.
You
do
can't do anything with that information.
Yeah, it's almost like impossible for them to actually
like they would have to like actually remake the entire game from scratch, basically.
Yeah,
they have the same assets and stuff, but still, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it happens because they outsource it to a horrible company. And, like, I mean, I get it, Take-Two's, like, their main developer or whatever, but I still don't get why. Like, I think the only reason they're still there is because, like, their ability to make great games, coding's just shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They do make good video games. However, their business practices are questionable at best.
Yeah, and I think almost everybody at Rockstar was completely against IV.
That is what I've heard. That is what I've heard.
That being said, recently I had gotten into GTA 5 on PC.
Mm-hmm. We should probably discuss what happened exactly.
Okay, so what happened was there was this mod, single player mod mainly, called OpenIV, which didn't that start with Grand Theft Auto 4?
I couldn't say for sure.
I don't know. I actually was called Open 4, but I just say IV because whatever. But so basically what it was is just cheats for single player, and it was really good for machinima makers because you could go in like cinematic mode. You could do a lot of really like extensive stuff in that.
Right.
Take-Two didn't like that very much, and I think it also had to do with the fact that, and I don't know whether it was OpenIV that did this or not, but there was also a lot of multiplayer cheating, and that's what I was actually getting into, is that I had recently started to go back into GTA 5 or GTA Online on PC, and within 5 hours, I was rank 82, and I had $150 million because the thing about it is, unlike on console, you have no control over it, like, because there's a Secure serve, so it automatically gave you $50,000 a second, and they would fuck with your RP all they wanted. And the thing I hated the most about it was they were like self-righteous assholes who think they were doing you a favor.
No, yeah, I know that.
And so
yeah, I'm pretty sure like a few days into playing GTA 5 online on PC, it was just some dude dropped stacks of $40,000 on me until I was a multimillionaire, and I was like, well, no reason to play this game anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why for the longest time I really liked GTA 5 on last gen. Like there was about a month period where I would personally recommend GTA 5 on last gen if customers wanted to play online, because like the servers on next gen and PC were absolutely fucked.
Well, that's more so of a problem of them not having a sufficient anti-cheat system, more so than
anything.
But
but the fact is that exists, and on last gen, your biggest fear is that there's the occasional kid with a Z switch, and they have to they have to specifically target you. On PC, they don't have to specifically target you; it's a blanket target, and it's really the same on next gen.
Again, that kind of just goes back to the questionable business ethics thing. Like, could they code a sufficient like anti-cheat system? Yes. Is it easier to do what they're doing right now? Absolutely. Yeah. Plus, at the end of the day, I really don't think they care, because that game it prints money for them.
Yeah,
like that game has come out on like every single console for the past like 2 generations now. It's insane how many people like have rebought it and are buying the shark cards, which is the multiplayer currency card things.
Oh, those are complete ripoff.
It's ridiculous to me. Yeah, especially considering dudes are just dropping like stacks of cash on top of you. Like, what the fuck is the point? I don't need this.
$100 for $8 million? Oh, thanks.
Right, and I'm pretty sure that would probably be the main reason why they are like cracking down on it so hard, to make sure that doesn't happen. So haha, randos can't drop money on you anymore. Now you have to go actually play the game, Goyim, have fun.
Yeah, it took away all my money.
Or buy the shark cards or stuff like that.
It took away all my money, but when I logged back in, they said, you've been awarded $100,000.
Oh, really?
So I had, I was a CEO. I had my building. I had a fuck ton of cars, but I had $100,000, and I haven't played the game because I know within 5 in-day games I will be broke because of the bills.
Yeah. That's rough.
But so going from fuck you.
Yeah, just give it back.
Anyways, going back to like paid from the shark cards back to the Bethesda. I think if they do what they say, if it is curated, and if it's developed both by Bethesda and top modders, like the cream of the crop modders, I'm actually for it because of the fact that, and this is, I think, fairly specific to Skyrim and Fallout modders.
Sure.
But they have gone through like hell ever since consoles got mods,
right?
Because of the fact that, like, to put it in perspective, Bethesda had to like make it easier to do DMCA reports because their mods were constantly getting stolen, and people who were stealing them were putting up their own PayPal, so then they would get paid, like not the original makers. And console gamers were so self-righteous and just treating them like, you're doing this for fun. Like, why don't you just give it to us? Fuck you, and shit like that, and constant abuse. Especially, and that's why almost no really good mods ever came to console, because modders were just sick of the attitude of console gamers and the fact they had to fill out constant DMCA reports and they weren't really getting paid anything. That being said, I do know a handful of modders who have actually gone on, and this is a big incentive for a lot of modders, but I know a handful of modders who have actually gone on and they've gotten hired by game development companies because like they're so well renowned. But that also goes in with why I think if they do it right, like if they do it like how Steam does skins in CSGO or anything like that, not how Steam implemented mods, because I think a lot of people are coming in this thinking paid Steam mods. No, fuck Steam for that. I think that this is a completely different model, but it still has the same premise, if you get what I mean. Like, it's still going to be paid mods, sure, but they're coming at it at a different business model, and it's one that like benefits actual mod creators and people who have spent literally hundreds to thousands of hours on the mods that they've made, and now they're getting like, they already have all the recognition, because if you know a good modder, you know their work and you know it's them. Mm-hmm. So they already have the recognition, but now they're actually like getting paid for their recognition. It's kind of like I don't know how well this will be received, but it's kind of like when YouTube first started AdSense, in the fact that YouTubers, they worked hard on videos. Well, even though it was 2008, it wasn't as high quality, but you get what I mean. Like, they worked on videos and they got nothing for it, but then they started to get paid for their work, and I think that'll just incentivize more people to come to it. But also that it is the top of the top. It's not little Billy making boobs. It's like the best modders and developers out there. So
that was the whole point of the whole modding community ever since day one. It comes from a place of passion more so than anything else. The real appeal is that anybody can create anything for these open source games. And people who were just really passionate about the game because they like the game put in the hours because they want to do it. And now I don't think that's really going to be as much of the case. And I still have a problem with it being paid. I don't think there's anything that can change my mind on that, honestly.
Well, I think the counter to that is that there still is the passion there, because if they didn't have passion, they wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't still be doing it. I don't know
about that. I would argue otherwise in some cases.
And also, you have to remember, some of them put if you do really well, you could put the mods you make on portfolios. Like,
sure,
if you're a good modder. But I think one of the justifications for them to at least get paid for it, because a mixture of passion, it's all the constant, and like YouTubers, when you get really popular, it's the constant monitoring of like when your shit gets stolen. And with really popular modders, that happens a lot. And modders don't have networks like YouTubers do. So they have to do all that shit themselves. And unlike YouTubers with networks that can auto-detect that shit, people who steal it are actually making money off of it as it is.
Well, again, that goes back to the thing that it was never really about money or monetary income at all. It was just about making the best quality mods possible. And yeah, some of these people did have like GoFundMes and Patreons and stuff like that, but nobody was actively pushing Bethesda or Steam or anybody to say, we demand paid mods right now or we're going to stop doing what we're doing. Fuck no. They just wanted to make the fun mods, and
I don't think I don't think that's what they're like. I don't think they're demanding money for the, like, I don't think they're going in like, we're not going to make any more mods. I think it's more an opportunity for them, because I don't think they're going to take existing mods and make them paid. I don't think they're going to do that. What I think they're going to do, at least from what they said at E3, is I think they're going to make new mods, and it's going to be like all DLC and shit like that. It's going to be optional, and that's
right,
like
of course.
That's the big thing. But I think they're going to make new mods, and it's from proven developers who know what the fuck they're doing. So Bethesda's not just like shooting the shit and like this putting out a prayer. Like, these are people who know what they're doing, and it's an opportunity for the modders more so than you're getting paid for this, so be happy. I think it's just kind of like it's a business opportunity for them. I'm not faulting them for playing the game and doing the hustle. But still, I still know that, like, even going to, like, nexusmods.org or com or whatever the fuck the extension is. Nexus is AIDS.
Plenty of people on the forums are very unhappy about the current state of, like, modding in general and where it's headed. But yeah, I mean, again, I can't really blame Bethesda or Steam or anyone for playing the hustle. People buy this shit, you know? When it was first introduced, the #1 most bought thing on all of Steam, for Christ's sake, for the time being, was that stupid fucking cosmetic armor for Skyrim.
Shit, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was all it was. It was just a crappy little custom armor set that was a mod, but you had to pay like $2 for it or something, and people ate it up. So, again, good on them for playing the game, but still, I think it's bad for the community in general.
Yeah, I can see there, because I completely forgot about the fucking horse armor.
Right. Well, no, it wasn't the horse armor. Well, that was another thing, but still. Like,
that was Oblivion,
basically,
right?
we're getting more horse armor is what this is all boiling down to.
If it's the quality of horse armor, they can go fuck themselves.
I could have the nicest horse armor in the world, but if it ain't free, I'm not going to care. That's all I got to say.
Are we talking armor for horses or armor?
Are you not familiar with the horse armor thing in Oblivion?
I'm not.
One of the biggest selling points of Oblivion's DLC model is that you could buy horse armor for like $5, which is purely cosmetic. You just put a plate of armor over whatever horse you have, and there you go. $5 well spent.
Are you saying that my $5 was a waste?
I would argue that yes, buying $5 worth of horse armor, digital horse armor, that holds absolutely zero real-world value is a bit of a waste. However, again, if you are to buy that, then you are more so than free to do so.
Well, let me guess. What's next? You're going to tell me my Blue Yeti is overpriced as well?
I would argue that as well. I actually have an entire video about that. So.
Oh, really?
I have a blue snowball, and I'm more than happy with it. I have gotten all $40 I paid for it out of it, dude.
Well, there you go. 40 for it? You see, that's good.
It's so good. It's far better than your microphones will ever be.
You're right. I've said it in the video, and a lot of people missed it somehow. If you want to use a USB microphone, fucking go for it, my dude. However,
yes, of course.
Do not overpay for it like a Yeti, because that is not useful at all.
I'm gonna be honest. I paid $200 for the snowball.
Oh no!
Wait,
wow, I gotta fault you on that one then.
Okay, fuck. Carson, I had hope for you, but
I think it might have been a little overpriced. I think it's melting.
What?
Well, then you really might want to get that checked out.
The snowball's melting. Guys.
I hate you.
Get
Carson. Do you get it, Ouija?
I do get it.
Okay,
I do.
good.
Thanks.
No problem.
I
Anytime.
thought it was a pretty good joke.
I liked it.
Ouija.
I didn't talk for a while, so I just thought I'd get
by all
that,
means,
get that in there.
Hey, so Ouija, last question, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Sure thing.
What's your favorite kind of solitaire?
Do
you like free cell,
Teehee, because that's the name of the podcast.
Oh, that wasn't the question, Ouija.
All right, well, I don't know jack shit about solitaire actually, so
What?
Yeah,
Get him off the podcast. We're not airing this.
You.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I know it's a bit of a.
Don't
bit
you
of
know
a
that
stab
this
in the back.
podcast is exclusively about solitaire?
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
sorry.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know about it that well.
You know, now I gotta be angry when I do the
I'm not a
closing
real
card.
gamer.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Solitary Confinement podcast. Thank you to our guest, Luigi the God.
No problem.
Also, all three of you listening, go subscribe to him.
Thank you.
He
for
really
the plug.
needs it.
I
He's
do.
living on pennies right now. Also, subscribe to Call Me Carson and me, the narrator.
I apologize
Carson-
if you look at my channel and you're disappointed.
Carson, you got anything else that they should know about?
Guess not. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Bye.
and we should address the elephant in the room. Raccoon is probably going to be out until mid-July. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Ouija's the boss, and he said, "You're not going to be here till July. Get the
You
fuck
know,
out."
Man,
The economy's rough. You got to make cuts wherever you can, and you know, I did what I had to do, and I don't regret it.
Yeah, we're gonna miss him.
back a job interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he
Yeah.
won't show up with a shotgun and get his revenge on all of us, but who knows?
A job interview. Oh, dude, we should do a job interview live on the podcast.
That'd be pretty good.